welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Sunday meal prep video. So I decided to go ahead and move forward with meal prep. If this is getting out to you later than Tuesday night, I apologize. I at least have time to do meal prep today. It's just gonna be once I go back to work tomorrow. I don't know what this week is gonna hold. So it may take me a little bit longer to get this video out. So if you're not seeing this until later than Tuesday night, I apologize for that. This week, I'm doing some repeat recipes. We have to make do with what we have pretty much. And at this point, I'm pretty good with a lot of the things, but I'm gonna have to make some minor adjustments. So for breakfast this week, I'm planning on breakfast bowls. I'm gonna be putting chicken sausage, potatoes, and eggs in those. And then for lunch, I'm planning on taco casserole. For dinners, I really don't have too much to pre-prep this week because I'm kind of keeping dinners where there's really not prep to do. And then, as you all know, I don't prep for Thursday and Friday. So I think I just have one that is actually one that I planned on doing a couple weeks ago. If you're new to my channel, I currently follow the WW Blue program, but I do provide the points for all three programs on my channel, as well as my website, planninushealthy.com. And on the website, I also include the nutritional facts. So if you're not following WW and you just want the calorie intake and those other nutrition facts, then you can get that there as well. And also when I prep, you will see me usually doing 6 breakfasts and 6 lunches. That's because I'm just prepping breakfast and lunch for my husband and I for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Usually Thursday and Friday we do something different. So if you want to see how I meal prep breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks for my husband and I, then stay with me. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Christy and I'm Planning Us Healthy. So I'm starting with breakfast. These are the potatoes that I'm using, just some great value diced potatoes, and I'm using 2 cans. I've got 12 eggs mixed with about a 1/4 cup of water on the other burner, and I'm just gonna get those cooking. I'm also gonna be using these breakfast sausage. This is chicken breakfast sausage. It's the Never Any. These are only 1 point per link. And it's the country style. There is another one that I think is like a maple one. That's higher in points. So you want to make sure that you get the country style chicken breakfast sausage. So I'm going to actually just cut these up and just put them in right in with the potatoes. Now, if you wanted to, you could probably just get a great big pan and cook everything all at once, your eggs in there too. I don't know why, I just always cook my eggs separate. I think because I like my eggs to be real fluffy, and I feel like when I cook them with other things, they tend to not be as fluffy. I'm going to add some salt and pepper. And I don't use any butter in these pans. I actually just sprayed it with olive oil spray for both of them. So if you wanted to add a little bit of butter, you could do that. It may change your point. But I just use olive oil spray. I'm splashing all over my stove. And for my eggs, I don't quite cook them through all the way because I am going to be reheating them throughout the week. So I'm just going to take them off. I'm going to go ahead and take them off now and just set them aside. And again, same with these, the potatoes and the chicken sausage is already pretty much cooked, so you don't really have to spend too much time on this. Especially because you're going to be reheating them throughout the week. Okay, now that everything's done, I have a big bowl and I have my potatoes and my chicken sausage in there. I'm just going to add the eggs to it. Okay, so while the breakfast is set aside cooling, I am going to get lunch going. So I'm just going to cut up this onion and get everything going on the stove. And then this is actually going to bake. So for this recipe, I'm using 1 whole onion. This recipe actually calls for zucchini, for 1 zucchini, but I don't have a zucchini, so I'm going to have to go without for this one. Okay, once your onion's cut up, just put it in that pan. I have this pan sprayed with olive oil spray. And in the meantime, I have a cup of water on the back burner coming to a boil. I'm going to add 1 cup of minute brown rice. And get that stirred up. And we're going to cover it and just let that finish cooking. Okay, so I'm just going to let the onions cook for a little bit, and then I'll add the ground turkey. Okay, after those have been cooking for maybe about 3 minutes, then you can go ahead and add your ground turkey. You need 1 pound of ground turkey breast. If you use regular ground turkey, then that's going to change the points from what this recipe is. So just make sure if you use regular ground turkey that you switch the points. And then just cook that until the turkey is cooked through. Okay, now I'm going to add a half a packet of taco seasoning. And just give that a stir. Okay, next I'm going to add 1 can of Rotel diced tomatoes and green chilies. There is like a Great Value brand or an Aldi brand. It's just the diced tomatoes and green chilies. 1 can of that. Stir that up. The next thing I have is 1 can of corn and 1 can of black beans, and I've rinsed them real well, drained them, and I'm going to add that. And then just mix it all real well. Okay, then set that aside. Next thing I'm going to do is take a 13 by 9 inch baking dish, and I have it sprayed with olive oil spray. And I'm going to put the rice in the bottom of that. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And then just spread the rice out. And top it with the turkey mixture. Okay, now at this point, if you want, you can put cheese. The recipe that I have calls for 1.5 cups of Velveeta shreds. You can put that on now if you want and bake it, or use some other kind of cheese of your choice. I know a lot of people don't like Velveeta because of how processed it is. What I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to leave the cheese off and put it in the oven this way, and then I'm just going to add cheese at the end because I don't have any shredded Velveeta shreds, so I'm just going to put a layer, just a layer of the regular Velveeta on it after. So I'm going to put this in the oven 350 degrees for 30 minutes, and in the meantime I'll get back to portioning out the breakfast. What I did is put everything in the bowl, and then I weighed the entire thing so that I would know how much is going to go in each one. So I have about 212 grams that are going to go in each bowl. And I actually only have 5 bowls. I think my husband has one of them that he is using for something in his lunch. So I'll just fill 5, and then when he comes in with the other one, I'll put that in there. So Again, about 212 grams in each one. So we're filling it pretty much to the top. Okay, so then when he gets in with the other bowl, I'll just put the rest of that in there. Okay, I'm going to set those aside and move on to dinners and snacks. For dinners this week, I am planning on garlic parmesan flounder tomorrow night on Monday. And that's going to be with rice and broccoli. But the flounder is frozen flounder, so there's really nothing to put together with that. The rice is just the 90-second microwave rice, so I'm not going to bother doing that. Tuesday night we're doing tacos, so there's really no prep to do with that. Wednesday we're having the feta-crusted chicken with buffalo sauce, so that's the one that I'm going to be prepping. And that's the one I actually prepped a couple weeks ago. I ended up taking it all out, and because we weren't going to be using it, I can't remember now, something came up and we didn't have that night. And Friday night we're doing strombolis, so no prep with that. Thursday night we're doing slow cooker ground beef hash, which is actually a freezer meal. So I had planned originally on putting that one together as a freezer meal and putting it in my freezer until Thursday. Well, actually I would have taken out Wednesday. But I need to cook the ground beef, and I forgot to take the ground beef out of the freezer, so I won't be doing that one. So that just leaves the feta-crusted chicken with roasted potatoes and cheesy Brussels sprouts. So if you're new to my channel, basically this is how I prep my dinners. I don't really prep them, I just pre-package them. I just weigh everything, measure everything, put them in the bag, and then that way when I get home from work, I just pull the dinner kit out and can make it from there. So for this one, I'm just putting in some potatoes. We're having each about 3 points worth of potatoes each. So if you're on purple, you could play around with that. And then I'm going to put my chicken in there. This is 10 ounces of chicken breast that I already have pre-portioned. So my husband and I will each have 5 ounces. So these are, in each kit is enough for my husband and I. What I do is just write everything. I write the points. The points are based on what is in the entire kit. So for this one, it's 7 points for blue, 4 points for purple, and 10 points for green for the entire kit, the potatoes and everything. So then I'm just going to put my topping. This is actually 3/4 of an ounce of these tricolor tortilla strips. So I just have them portioned, and I know I always get asked about where I get these containers. These two are actually ones that I get from the Dollar Tree. They're like, you get like 10 of them for $1. And then these bags are reusable bags, and I got these off of Amazon. So I will put the links down in the description box for the items that I use. Usually I try and put like anything you see me using, like the scale, the bags, these containers, obviously I can't link you to because they're from the Dollar Tree. But anything that you see me using, if it is something that I purchased off of Amazon, I will link you down to the description box below. And also down in the description box below, I will list all the recipes that I'm showing in my meal prep. Those will all be listed down in the description box. So again, for this one, I'm just putting everything in the bag. This is 1 ounce of fat-free feta crumbles, and I'll put that in there. And then the other thing for this recipe is 1 ounce of butter and some hot sauce, which that is just kind of to use at the end, and I'm not going to put that in the bag. If you don't care for the heat or the buffalo flavor, you don't even have to use the butter and hot sauce. It's basically something that you just kind of drizzle over the chicken at the end. Okay, so that's it for that. So now I'm just going to do my snacks. I don't have any fruit to cut up this week. The fruit that I'm having this week is apples, oranges, and bananas, so there's no prep with that. And so now I'm having 1 ounce or 28 grams of pretzel crisps, and I am going to be having 1 Laughing Cow cheese with each one. So I'm just going to weigh them out now. And again, I'm using resealable snack bags. And I'll put the cheese in there, and then I just put them in my fridge. I just put even the pretzels right in the fridge. I don't notice a difference in the flavor. So I'm just going to do 3 of them for this week. And then the other thing that I have is later in the week I will be doing for breakfast, I'm going to have my cereal. So I've already portioned out 2 points worth of Fiber One cereal and my ½ cup of unsweetened almond milk. So I'll take that to work with me as well. And usually what I do is on Mondays I take everything to work with me for the whole entire week. That way it's already there, and then that's the only day I have to worry about it is on Mondays. But just because with everything that's going on right now and everything is just so day by day, and we have so many changes that happen just in one day. So for this week, I'm just going to take everything one day at a time. So tomorrow I will only take enough food for tomorrow. Okay, so that's it for the snacks. And usually I have pudding for snacks, but I don't have that this week because there are a lot of pudding. So now I think my lunch is about done, so then I will portion those out. So what I've done is I have weighed out 1 point worth of Velveeta, and I'm just gonna kind of set that on the top. So I'm not gonna bother weighing this out. I'm just gonna cut it into 6 portions. I think for the most part I can make it pretty even. Then I'm just gonna kind of set the cheese on top. And the last thing that I'm going to put in there, I'm gonna use this Ortego taco sauce. You're gonna have 1 tablespoon for 0 points. So I just put a tablespoon in each one, and I'll just set them in there. I'll leave the top off for now just so I can show them for the picture at the end. And again, these are just the containers that I get from the Dollar Tree. And that's it. So we made it through meal prep. I am very happy because I did not think that I would make it through this. So I'm gonna put everything on the table and show you what we ended up with. So let me start down here with the snacks. So I have apples, oranges. I actually have some little lemons in here. We have a lemon tree, and it produces these little tiny lemons. So I have several of those. They're really good in my water. And also bananas. And as you saw in you might have saw on my grocery haul, these were not the best bananas. And my husband actually opened one today, and yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to put those in the freezer. Basically what I'll do is just peel them and put them in a baggie or container and put them in the freezer, and I'll use them for recipes. So I have my pretzels. These are 3 points for the pretzels and 1 point for the cheese. And then I have my cereal, Fiber One cereal, 2 points, unsweetened almond milk, ½ cup is 0. And then I have the chicken sausage breakfast bowls, and those are 4 points on blue, 1 point on purple, and 8 points on green. And then I also have these protein yogurts. These are 2 points each, and I'll use those probably, I think Friday I was gonna have yogurt and fruit, and sometimes we have those for snacks as well. And then for lunches, I am doing the taco casserole. So these are not really good. I absolutely love these. And so 0 points for the taco sauce. For the taco casserole, if you're using ground turkey breast, it's 4 points for blue, 2 points for purple, and 7 points for green. And then the only dinner that I prepackaged this week was the feta-crusted chicken with roasted potatoes and cheesy Brussels sprouts. And that's 7 points on blue, 4 points on purple, and 10 points on green. Okay, so we made it through another week. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you all have a safe and healthy week. And let me know in the comments how you're doing with meal prep. Are you meal prepping, or are you having to kind of do one day at a time? Let me know how you're doing with that. And if you're new to my channel, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you're notified anytime I upload new content. I'll talk to y'all in my next video. I'm Christy, and I'm planning us healthy.